Name is dark, 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 dark. Hello, Carla. How are you? Hey, Wanda. How you doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, that's my skinny tree right there, y'all. I love my skinny tree. After my kids got older, I just decided to go to a skinny tall tree out the way. Yep, yep, yep. Got a bulb over here. This is the best way for me to still celebrate Christmas without my children being small. And I still be wanting to, have some Christmas. I got the lights outside and all that good stuff. But yeah, I love my skinny tree. A lot of people started going to the skinny tree, and I fell in love with the skinny tree. And then I can decorate it for Mardi Gras that comes up in January. I have a Mardi Gras celebration. I can change it over to Mardi Gras, Easter, whatever I want to, and it's not in the way. I can stick it on a corner out the way. But I love it. And my girls, they always, Mama, you don't want to get no big tree no more. I love my tall, skinny tree. I really do. Let me see. Let me go on here where I can see the comments, y'all. Okay, I forgot about the game. Yeah, because when I was at my mom's house earlier, they were saying, what is Alabama and Oklahoma is the game you're speaking of. Hey, Sharon, how you doing? I'm pushing it, you all. I'm pushing it, but I'm here. I'm here. I just wanted to come on, but I had a minute. Home alone, and I said, let me go on. I wasn't feeling too good, but I wanted to come on anyway, just for a little while, and just talk about, the sick and shut in at Christmas time, and a couple more things, because, there's a lot of illness and stuff that's going around right now. That says a bad flu outbreak, a stomach virus, all kind of stuff. Plus what you all, maybe dealing with in general. So I was thinking about even myself, this time of the year when you can't go out. Last year in January, I wasn't able to even walk. My right hip just went out on me out of nowhere, So we have to think about, as we are out purchasing gifts and this and that we do have people that can't get out, can't visit, can't cook, So my mind is just always falling on the people that just can't really get out and do anything. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, it's just a little something. I love, that's what I was telling you. I love my skinny, tall tree. Let me see, can I show you all the top of it? And I don't put no gifts up under my tree until Christmas Eve, y'all, because people be all kind of stuff. That's my skinny, tall tree right there. And I love it. I love it. I love it because it's out the way. It's skinny, it's tall, it fits in a corner, and it's just perfect for me. My girls are grown. I only have one grand, and that's just really on point for me. I used to get those big, tall, fat Christmas trees and all kind of stuff, and have two trees up, one in the front, one in the back. But after you get older and your kids get older, you start downplaying. And I downplayed to my tall, skinny tree. And at first, when I first got this tree, everybody used to be laughing, what you doing with that little skinny tree? And then everybody started falling in love with it. So even one of my neighbors, you like, you know what? That's the perfect idea. A skinny, tall tree. I said, yeah, it's not a chocolate brown. It's not anything. It's full and it's nice. It's just right. It's not in the way. Because, after the decorations and, Christmas, after Christmas Eve and Christmas Day passed, everything's to me started looking junky. And so this is a good way for me to keep my tree up until after New Year's and not be so messy. Let me see, can I prop this back up here, right? Because I thought this thing was charged up. And I said, I'm not going to let that be an excuse for me not to go live. There we go. So, there you have it. And then, you know, on my little tables and stuff, every year I just go all through my house putting up little decorations all through my house. A little touch of Christmas here and there. And I just do this. And I just go through my house with a little touch of Christmas everywhere. So, yeah, I put a little touch of Christmas all through my little house that I have, y'all. You know, this is mine. May not be all big and all of that good stuff, but it's, you know, it's mine. It's neat. It's home. It's loving. It's caring. It's like, you know, it's just what I need for it to be. So, let me prop that. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So, have you all been? Are you all finished Christmas shopping? Getting ready for Christmas? Got all the gifts out the way? I don't have a whole lot to do. I ordered my gifts really offline for my daughters and my granddaughter. A couple of things. Gonna give her money for the rest. Tomorrow or either Sunday, I don't know which one, I'm gonna go and pick up a couple of gifts from around the corner at one of the stores. You know, I'm in Midtown, so the mall and everything is like right around the corner from me, down the street from me. I'm in the middle of kind of like Mobile, so everything is around me. I'm in reach of everything: the malls, the grocery stores, all the different types of stores, the department stores, the retail stores. My neighborhood is surrounded by everything like that. You know, I'm not in no big high classy neighborhood, but I'm in a midtown area where everything is like central located and it's very convenient. I'm not like way out West Mobile, they call it. I'm not downtown. I'm just like in the middle, and it's very convenient. So I don't have far to go shopping, to do any shopping, to go to the store, to go to the doctor, do anything. I'm located midtown. But other than that, you all, I don't have a whole lot to purchase this year. I'm not gonna go out and do like I used to do in years before. I used to go out and just spend crazy, get everybody in my family something, if it's nothing but a piece of candy. I used to go and just purchase, and then more purchase, even all the way up until New Year's Eve. But then, the older you get, you just know a lot of the stuff is not necessary, because the older you get, you start realizing, how did you end up in that debt? How did you end up, broke? How did you end up needing to pay your bills and Christmas is gone? You just start realizing, that it's not necessary. And then I started being a copycat. That's right, Sharon. I just started being a copycat. And the way I became a copycat, my in-laws taught me how to be a great copycat. Let me see, who is that? Brittany. Hello, Brittany. How are you doing? She said, hello, Dazz, and chat driver, so I can't speak individually. Happy holidays. Same to you. Keep your eyes on the road. Be careful because, it's extra traffic out here. People are doing that holiday shopping. It's Friday. People getting paid. People getting off for the holiday, the vacations. They are taking vacations. School is out for the holidays, and everybody just busy ripping and running. So everybody be careful and pay attention to yourself or the other drivers. People are rushing. So don't try to speak individually, and don't try to be looking at the chat. If you can hear me, I appreciate it. And anybody that's out there, not just tonight, remember, y'all, this is rush traffic. This is the last minute shopping. This is all of that wrapped up in one. So we don't want to get caught up, in places and being involved in accidents and all of that good stuff. So y'all be careful out there. But yes, like I was saying, I love my little skinny, tall Christmas tree. I started this skinny tree. I think this is like my 4th year having it. Like I said, after my girls got big and all of that stuff, and my granddaughter's in high school now, and it's just us, you know what I'm saying? I say, I'm not going to be going out there trying to get no live tree, no big tree, no great tree, no nothing. I said, I'm going to get my little skinny tree, pull it out the box, and put it back up in the attic every year. I said, because I done did all my Christmas stuff. I got my outside decorated, but I don't even decorate as much as I used to out in my yard. I just got it going around my porch, up under my garage, around my side entrance door, and on the steps I got, my lit it up like wreaths hanging on each one of my poles out there, and I'm finished. But how I used to be now, I used to be all around and trimming the top of the house, almost trying to get up on the roof. I used to go all out the way, all through my flower beds, everywhere. But, you know, like I said, my girls, they all know about Christmas, and my granddaughter, she knows about Christmas, the real meaning. And hey, it ain't no sense in me getting out there trying to break myself, getting on top of no ladder like I used to, and getting people to help me put some over here and hang some over there. I just, touch of Christmas everywhere and be finished. And I love it. So it's not because I don't, I can't just afford a big tree. I just love my skinny, out the way, tall Christmas tree. Like they say about people, everybody's not meant to be fat and everybody's not meant to be skinny. So all trees are not meant to be fat. So I got me a skinny Christmas tree and I love it, y'all. And the gifts. I don't put my gifts out up under my tree until Christmas Eve. I might start like that morning, placing them up under there, and then up until when I finish cooking or preparing my food that night, then I put the rest of my gifts under my. Don't display all my gifts like I have the blinds right now. They're like cracked just enough for people to see my tree lights with the lights outside. But I just believe in don't put all my gifts up under the tree until it's time for them. I'm not saying that nobody will, but just in case people come by and trying to look and see what's under my tree, I just don't display all my gifts like that. So other than that, you all, I'm having a great day. I was feeling a little bit down. I don't know what's going on with me as far as that root canal I had like almost a week and a half ago. One day I feel okay, 2 days I feel okay, then it's like, dog, I thought I was finished with this mess. So it's going to take time, I guess, for it to heal all the way completely. And with that, and a couple more little things that I be going through, with my glucose. Other than that, I'm okay. Complaint, my auntie, if y'all know me on Facebook, y'all saw when she came over this morning. She asked for me to braid her hair last week. And I used to braid her hair years ago. So she was like, niece, and she don't call me that much, especially to ask to do anything. And she was like, would you braid my hair? And when she sent me a picture of how they braid her hair before, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta make myself braid my auntie hair. She can't be going around looking like this. So I braided my auntie hair early this morning, went to visit my mom, and then my youngest daughter and I, we went to pick up something to eat. And I came back here and I was just chilling up in here and couldn't eat all my food. And I said, pop on right quick. And when I got ready to pop on my laptop, I don't even know if it's charged up. So I got this tablet. It was on 20%. So I got it hooked up to where it's charging while I'm speaking. And and y'all can understand my topics. Y'all already know, the ones who's been following me, my topics always come to mind according to what I'm dealing with, according to how I feel. I don't have per se like topics that just gonna just arouse and run, but I have topics that has to do with people and places and things and making a difference in people's lives, And so the thumbnail that I have up today, not just with me, but with our loved ones, I think everybody can be accounted for as far as saying somebody in your family or a close friend or somebody that is not feeling well right now. They're not doing well right now, or they're sick, or they're shut in, And so as we go out, like I said a few minutes ago, I got a few more gifts to pick up, and I did this, and we need to do this, We're not going to spend that much. And I mentioned that on a couple of lives before, saying that, the best gifts of all, when you can't afford to give anything, the most precious and memorable gifts are the gifts that comes from the heart, the thought, that counts. And making sure people know that they are loved and supported and you're there for them if they need you. The kindness, you know what I'm saying? I just always love stuff like that. And we was talking about dementia and different things. We saw this episode on TV last night, right? And it was about this girl that was sharing the story of her mother with dementia. And then it came on, other, little episodes of different illnesses and stuff. And I had already made this thumbnail talking about the sick and the shut in. Because, with my church, posts on our website and stuff, and I try to touch in and tell people don't forget about our sick and shut-in members. So all that intertwined with last night, and then all that intertwined with me doing my auntie's hair this morning, And when I got through doing her hair, I don't know why she would, but I guess just being the type of person and heart that she has, I came back in the front, area where I was doing her hair, and she was trying to pass me some money. And I'm like, what is this for? And she was like, your time, And it took time. It took work for you to do my hair. I said, Auntie, I don't charge you. No, you can use this. I said, I can probably use it, but I can use what you just did. You just gave me the opportunity to, braid your hair, get you feeling good about yourself, making she had only one child, which was my cousin. She was younger than I, and my auntie only had that one child. And about 4 Christmases ago, my auntie lost her only child, my cousin Sharice. So she don't have any kids, but Sharice blessed her with 3 grandkids, and she has 2 great-grands. So as far as my auntie is concerned, her only child is no longer with us, you know. So when you come around people like that, especially this time of the year, you got to fill their heart up with joy. You got to fill their heart up with time to care, and let them know that they're not all alone. So just trying to offer me some money and you only have one child and she's gone, I wouldn't dare. Even if I needed that money, I would not have taken that from her. Because, I told y'all and heard me say this before, even with my grandmama, she used to say all the time, don't charge for everything that you do. Let God pay you, because God can give you a reward and give you something much greater than the value of $1. So, and he will give you everlasting blessings, when you do, and you do great by others and you do cheerfully from your heart, So, and she allowed me, although I wasn't even feeling good. And on that post on my Facebook page, you'll see where I say stand, sit, stand, sit. I had to stand and sit. My fingers cramp up. They don't braid like they used to. But mission was accomplished. She left out of here feeling good. Her Christmas, she's proud of, she just felt so good. I curled the braids at the end and, so when she left, y'all, I was so overwhelmed with joy. I was so overwhelmed with the confidence that I gave her. I gave her the biggest gift that I can give her without purchasing it at all. I gave her my time. I gave her my patience. I made her feel good. I mean, she called me earlier tonight. And she said, niece, I just want to tell you I'm getting so many compliments from people. I said, where you done been to get that many compliments, So she like, well, her husband and then her granddaughter, she said, and her brother, she has a twin brother. She said, everybody just telling me my hair looking. I just thank you so much. And that right there gave me a gift in return. She blessed me so well and so much. You all let me know how I put a sparkle in her heart, how I uplifted her. It's Christmas time. And her only child is not here with her. And for me to be able to step up and do what I did for her this morning and left her feeling that joyful feeling, that feeling of somebody cared enough to take the time out to uplift her, that blessed me. So we both was blessed. She was blessed with me being able to do that for her, and she blessed my soul with being able to bless her. You know, because when you put out blessings, no matter what type of blessing you put out, it's going to come back, you all. It's going to come back. So just knowing how blessed she felt, how loved she felt, I know God is just going to keep on blessing me. You see, that's what I just love talking about, stuff like that. My boring self. I am so boring because I would bore you out with good things like that. I would bore people out that's not interested in things coming from the heart. Bore people out, with the kindness of my own heart. I know how to be cheerful. I know how to laugh. I know how to get along. I know how to, socialize and everything. But the most beautiful part about me is to make sure that somebody around me is feeling good from something that I did or I done said. And I just been like that for all my life since I can remember, because like I was getting ready to say last night, was watching the pictures about the dementia and the different people that's sick and shut in and caregivers that's caring for their relatives and all. And I say, you know what? I've been a caregiver all my life. Ever since I can remember being, I guess, around 10, 11, and 12 years old. And I told you all, Sharon and Carl, I know y'all have heard this before. I used to go over my grandma's house and just help. I go to my auntie's house and help. When they had surgeries, I help. And when the neighbors, my grandmother's neighbors, my neighbors coming up, I was one of the kids that would stop playing and go help. Go sit down, go read the newspaper to them, go sweep their front porch. So God had already made me wonderful and beautifully unique to be able to care for people. And that's deep down in my soul. That's something that I didn't have to try to learn how to caregive. I did not have to go to school to caregive. I did not have to try to watch somebody else give. I was born that way. And from children to adults to elder care, that's been my whole complete life. And I thank God for touching me and giving me the gift that I can give to others just simply by being who I am and doing what I love. And that's to care for others. So I may bore some people out, but that is the root of my heart, is to care for others. And I get choked up because sometimes you could be giving your all and you can give yourself to people and you really don't know how it can make somebody feel until you see the end results of getting them back to, being healthy, going to check on them, seeing them gradually do better, and you was a part of that giving, a part of that caring, and when the relatives and friends of people that you care for can always cheerfully acknowledge what all you have done for them and their loved ones, it just brings like a feeling to me that I can go to sleep tonight and I could say that I know I have done good by somebody today. And I can hear God saying, a job well done. I can really hear that when I know I didn't touch somebody. I could feel great about today. My auntie, what I did for her today, it just made me feel so great, so complete today. When I went to check on my mom and my brothers, it made me feel so complete and so well. And, even when you don't feel good yourself and you don't even feel like being bothered sometimes, but you pull up and you bring out that inner strength in you. And you're going to uplift somebody, even if they don't even know what you're truly going through yourself sometimes. See, God gives us that inner strength. He gives us those things that we can offer others. And we don't even have to be rich. We don't even have to go out and buy those gifts. Because when you are talented and you're a loving person, a caring person, do you understand the blessings that you have that's going to fall on you, that's going to carry you through? say what's boring to one could be, let me see, could be to be valued to another. Yes, that's true. That is so true, Carla. And that's why I love you all, because so many times, you all tell me that I have delivered just what was needed, that I gave people a break and I brought them into something great. And that's why I love doing what I do. And that's why I would take my time forever to be monetized, because I keep saying I am so blessed to be able just to get on here and talk to a few people that needs to hear something that I may have a God placed on my heart to say. I am so blessed to be able to not to have to, be just having a mind of my own, to be peacefully, uniquely, gracefully, you know what I'm saying? Different. To be who I am and to be proud and feel good about what I do everywhere I go. I may be off to the left and to the right, to the center and up and down, but my main focus and my foundation comes from the gift of love, patience, and being kind, and having that wisdom and knowledge that I grew up with and that I took and I carry it dearly to my heart. And I love sharing that with people, because this is the time of the year not to just say I'm going to put gifts on the tree. I'm not doing. This is the time of the year to really, really be thankful, starting with Thanksgiving all the way through, like we were saying the other night, to be blessed and bless others. And when you don't have it to give, when you don't have it to buy, know that God has already given you all the gifts that you need to share with people. That's coming from gifts to infants, toddlers, preschoolers, teenagers, high schoolers, young adults, elders. You see what I'm saying? Seniors. When God instores in you a heart of love and a heart to care and to have patience and be kind with people, to respect one another, those things, those fundamental values, when you are blessed to be able to pull those things up and become the person that you are by giving those type gifts to people, you will never be broke, and you will always be able to bless people with just what they need. Because a lot of people, most of the time, they can get what they want, but being able to give them those type gifts blesses their soul, blesses their heart, and then in return you get blessed. And I will always cherish those things that my grandmama told me. Don't charge for everything you do, because God has way more than the value of $1. And he's going to always look out for you. He's going to always bless you. You'll never be broke. And see, when she said never be broke, when I was a child, I thought she was meant just with money, I'll never be broke. But no. Hey, Tilo, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. But what my grandmama was telling me, I would never be broke as far as being able to survive, to be able to comprehend and to love and respect people and get it in return, to be able to be answered when my prayers are needed and he answered them on time. When my prayers are answered from people that comes on time in my life. When I feel like I'm broken and lost, then there is God where he's going to step in and he's going to fulfill all of my needs. When I need a prayer and don't know who's praying for me, but they are being answered. All of those things my grandmother was telling me, don't charge that value of $1 when you do things for people all the time. Yeah, you want to take money. You don't want to be played. You don't be made a fool of. But when you're doing things from the goodness of your heart that can really uplift people and bless others, you have to learn to say no thank you when they get ready to offer you something, because you're going to learn to look for that greater blessing from God. And when he bless you, it's going to take the value of that dollar that somebody was getting ready to pass to you. And today, you all, we don't know how valuable a dollar is. We don't. Because see, in reality, a dollar don't hold a value at all. Because see, the gifts that God gives us and that we give to others, they don't cost a thing. It's a zero balance, a zero value when it comes to man-made money. And see, after a while, we're not going to even be able to use man-made money, nor plastic. Because see, we're going to have to come to those days that the Bible speak about. We're going to have to learn to trust and depend and have faith and lean on God. And we're going to have to forget about the old evil dollar bill that gets all of us in trouble all the time. The almighty dollar bill that has a significant value to go out and spend on a store, to go out and get some of the things we need and want. But after a while, we are going to have to learn that a dollar bill don't hold no value, but God has it all. And that's what my grandma was telling me. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about charging nobody all the time, especially your elders. She just used to always tell me that. But you know, being a child, I want my dollar so I can go around the corner to the candle lady house. You see what I'm saying? But no, I thank God that I had the grandmother that was telling me what was right and that I was going to learn more about as I progress through life, and I find out that life's going to be life, and that I'm going to need more than a dollar bill, that I am going to need God, and I am going to be blessed just because of the type of heart that I was being trained to have. Just because of the type of personality that my parents and my grandmother and them was building me to have. Because see, we can be born one way, but you know, like they say, you can be also adopted, and you can be lost, and you could be found, and you could be trained and built up. You could become a better person than what you are just by taking mental notes, just by remembering the things that you are being taught. You may want to be one way, but when you stray away, you're going to always remember those great old teachings and talkings that you used to get. And these are the times that I can say I truly thank God for me being that old-fashioned little girl that wanted to sit up under my grandmama, wanted to sit up under my older, relatives in the family, help the people in the neighborhood. All of those things gave me who I am now. I may not be perfect to everybody, but I am great in what I have done thus far in my life by trying to be obedient to my elders, trying to respect my elders, and try to make sure that my grandma and all of them, they know that I was interested in what they had to tell me and teach me to prepare me for what I am today. Because if I would have been a hard-headed little butthead, fast little girl that didn't want to listen, I'd probably be so much different and harder than what I ever probably think it is. Because, sometimes we all fall into hard times. But think about how hard it can really be when you don't have no clue on how to go about handling life and come through life. We all need guardians. We all need, patience. We all need people to take up time and care for us, love us, and to show us the way and how to make it. And that brings me to the, being the sick and the shut-in. It goes right back to my grandmama's teaching to learn how to care for people from the heart, to give from the heart, to be kind and patient to those who are in need. And everybody in need is not for monetary, not for monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? We have people that's shut in right now, that's sick right now, that may be out and need a blanket, need a pair of shoes, those shoes that we have stuff in our closet that we haven't worn for 5 years. Those, that blanket, that coat, we done bought 3 coats, but we got 2 stuck in the back of the closet that we know we're not going to wear. Those are the things that we need to be thankful for, and reach out to our sick and our shut in and those who are less fortunate than we are at this time of the year. You don't have to go and stand in line. You don't have to go and fill out a credit card and see if you can be approved. You don't have to get that holiday loan to give the gift of love, patience, and kind. And that's where you're going to be forever rich. You could be so rich and don't have a dime in your pocket. And then you can be so rich with all kind of money and not be blessed at all. Because see, you cannot be happily rich being and living an example of a saddened life, looking looking down on others. You know, people have to realize that being rich don't mean I have a million, but I cry every night. You see what I'm saying? I done seen different, people, on the internet, off the internet, they holler. They don't have a bill. They don't have to worry about a dollar. They don't have to worry about anything. But they are the saddest people among the poorest. Saddest people among the poorest of people that they think is poor. Poor. Yeah. So you have people that would take a bowl of soup and they would treat it like it's a steak, a lobster, and all. And they would be so grateful just to eat that bowl of soup. Then you would have somebody that can buy all the steaks and lobsters and everything that they want and only eat half of it, pieces of it, and throw the rest in the trash can. Why not just get the bowl of soup? Because, see, we got to show God that we are humble, grateful, and thankful. Because, see, tables can turn. Just like you all are saying, my little skinny tree is over there is pretty. My little lit up gift box, those things look festive. But you have to realize this. Once was somebody somewhere that was sitting and looking at their tree and their festive decorations around their home at one time or another. And they're out in the cold tonight. There once was somebody that could sit down and say, I'll be right back. I'm going to get me a drink. I'm going to get me a cup of coffee, or going to get me, a soda, some juice out the refrigerator. And tonight they're walking around, but they don't have any of that. See, that's what you be saying when you say life is life, and how you can have today and it's gone today. A lot of people used to say how you can be here and have it today and it's gone tomorrow, but now all these things can happen less than one day. It can happen before the 24 hours is up and out. And that's when we have to show that we are grateful and we are blessed, and that we are cheerfully thinking about others when they are sick and shut in. We have so many people that had wonderful lights all around their house, inside and out, but they don't even have the lights of the house this year. And not because they don't want it. And some was grateful, some may have not been. But the moral to that is, we have to look around us, how blessed we are, how we can get up, how we can sit down, how we can, do what we want to do, even in pain and sickness. And how many people that could get around last year and can't move right now. They're sick, they're laid up, they can't move, they're going through issues, they're going through problems, they're losing loved ones. That's life. But we can't get so caught up into the cheerful season, forget about the reason, and just think that it's all about the type of gift we're going to get our loved ones, how much it's going to cost. Is it going to be a name brand purse they pull out? Is it going to be, see, we get caught up into all the things that don't even matter, So when we are out shopping and we're getting ready for this festive holiday season that we're in, and we're celebrating, and we're with our family and friends, if you can't even give somebody that you know that's sick and shut in a gift, at least give them a phone call, send up some prayers. Even if you call them up and say, God just laid on my heart to give you a call. Do you need anything? Take them a plate, because a lot of people going to have food left over anyway. See, we just have to start learning how to receive more blessings. Blessed to do all of these things with you and your loved ones and friends. Just think about the ones that's not so blessed, that may be sitting in the house all alone, and all they need is a phone call, or to say, hey, here's a piece of red velvet cake. Or, hey, I was just calling to think about you. Or I can get this little $5 fleet at the dollar store and put it in a little bag and take it over there to auntie or my next door neighbor that's next door that don't have kids, don't have people. This little $5 blanket. This little $5 coffee cup. Anything that's going to take up a little of your time, a little of your heart. Be patient, be kind, be loving, and care for one another. When those who may be shut in or sick may be thinking they're all alone. But when you ring that doorbell or you give them that call, just think about what's in store for you, for being that person that you are, the action that you did. And we shouldn't just do things just to be looking for a blessing. We should do things from the kindness of our heart. And that's when you will really receive the blessing. But see, you just can't say, I'm going to give it because I'm waiting on God to give it to me. No, it's not that type of attitude neither. You have to be a cheerful, willing giver without expecting anything in return. And that's when you will truly be blessed. How I know this is because I've been doing it long enough from the heart. And that's why I'm able to sit here right now and honestly say, I know I'm blessed because of the heart that I have. Because God don't let me do without too much of anything. And once upon a time, I was doing without. Because I had a lot of things lined up the wrong way. So when you start putting what's first in God's eyesight, and what's first truly coming from your heart, you will be blessed. And I'll tell you like my grandmama used to tell me, simple as that. You will be blessed to where a dollar bill can't buy you as much as God can bless you with. There's no amount of money that can be bought when you're getting blessed from God. You can't buy no kind of blessings from God, but you can be given. You could be given so many blessings in return just from being a better person, bigger person, a thoughtful person, a respectful person. And we can keep on and keep on and keep on. See, I'm going to tell you what somebody also told me, and then I'm going to get ready to get off in a little bit. But coming from a wise person, a knowledgeable person that's still learning but getting better and better, I'll tell you like this. If you put an angry person next to a loving person and you say, give me all of your feelings, every word that can come up out your mouth right now. Let's play a game. Get an angry bird and get a good bird. Sit them next to each other. And if a bird could talk, all right. Ask that angry bird to tell you every word to describe who they are. And if you want to go even further, get an angry person and a happy person and sit them next to each other Get them a sheet of paper and a pencil or a pen and say, I want each one of you all to describe just who you are from your heart and see who would come up with most words that make sense. Because anybody can say anything, and a lot of things people say don't make sense. But put an angry person and a kind person next to each other and say, I'm going to give you a certain amount of money, or I'm going to give you this or that. Whoever can come up with the most words that makes sense to describe who you are and how you feel and what you represent. And see who's going to come up with the most words that make sense. And I'm willing to tell you that the angry person, the angry person, a bird, is going to come up with the least. And the person that's full of love and happy going to come up with the most. And it's going to be the words that make sense. Because, see, my grandmama used to say, the only thing a angry bird is going to be able to write or say is cuckoo, cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? And she used to make us laugh when she said that. But she said, angry bird, the only words they're going to be coming up with to describe themselves, their feelings or emotions, is going to be like cuckoo, cuckoo, you know, or they're going to repeat what somebody else say. But a person that is kind, loving, they're going to come up with all kind of words to describe their personality and the characteristics. They're going to say, I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm thoughtful, I'm peaceful, I love, I'm laughable. They're going to keep going. They may not ever stop. And that person over there that's so mean and mad, going to be speechless and not have too much to say. And that's why they say when it takes two people to argue. Because, see, when you're mad, that mad person that's sitting over there, know what they always say? They run out of words. And when they run out of words, they go straight to cursing and using profanity. Because what? Their vocabulary is not that great. Told y'all I be listening to some people that be making things make sense, and I remember those conversations, and then as I get older in life, I be like, okay then, and that's so true. And I hear a lot of older people that have said that when a person's vocabulary don't go too far and they run out of words to say, they will be left speechless because their vocabulary is few. And the angry that they get, the madder that they get, the more profanity is going to come out of their mouth, the more ugly words going to come out of their mouth because they done ran out of decent words and things to make sense to say. So they start saying the most foolish things that they can ever think of and that you probably never heard of. And when you got this person over here that's good-hearted, good character, and you say describe what you mean, they're going to know how to take their time and be patient. And they're going to be able to tell you just who they are. And if you make them mad, they're going to probably say, I really don't want to have any part to do with that. Because see, you're trying to take me out of character. See, that's how that go. So, we'll find ourselves being so great and so good and so much when we are loving, caring, thoughtful. People respect you. You look for respect. You know you earn respect. You know you deserve respect. You know what you deserve, your worth, and all of that stuff. And you can go out there and you can give anybody that's sick and shut in, anybody that's helpless, homeless, hungry, anybody that's in need, a good, sensible person that has moral and values and been taught how to love and care, how to respect and not make fun of people and not be, thinking that they're above people and they're better than people. They know how to look down on people, not to look down on them, but to ask them and offer up to bring them up. And that's how you know that you're blessed. when you can pull the lesser of you, that you may not even have much to offer a person when they're sick and shut in, but you can take the time out, your inner strength, all your help that comes out. You can take all of that and you can offer people. You can stop a lot of people in their tracks that look down on others. You can stop them when you don't laugh with them. You can stop them when you let them see they're all alone and that you don't stand for that. But you are of a good seed. You are of a good person. You come from a good foundation. See, the bigger and better people that we know we are, the bigger and better people that we know where we come from, we could change. We could be the change. But the sad part is, we don't have enough people that's willing to show the good heart that they have. We don't have enough people to say, I'm not going to be in the midst of something that's going to bring me down. I'm not going to be in the midst of something that's going to take me down later just because I feel like I got it today. I'm not going to ignore that I have a Christmas tree this year. I have lights this year. I have a home this year. But there was people that I might be looking down on that's sick and that's shut in right now. That is, and probably so much more than what I have now. And they're looking through my window saying, I used to have that. I used to be that. And when people realize that the tables can turn, they'll start giving more of themselves, that they don't have to go out and purchase nothing to give from your heart. They don't have to buy nothing of value. The time is now to start caring. The time is now to start showing and trying to make a difference, because tomorrow might just be too late. And that's why we have to act. That's why we can't put things off for tomorrow. That's why we don't have to wait for the next pay period to go out and give to the needy. We don't have to wait for the next pay period to go out and buy. We don't have to go to get that Christmas loan, payday loan. We have stores that stand up and wait on you to come in the door at Christmas time. And you trying to figure in your mind, what can I afford to give? And they're really standing there right now saying, if you fill out this application and get approved, you can get 10% off this credit card, and you can pay for 6 months from now, not knowing and realizing it sounds so good to you getting in debt, trying to get people something that they may not even need or want. And it's going to cause you headaches and heartaches later trying to make ends meet and pay that extra bill that you picked up, when all you had to do is give from the heart. All you had to do is go in the kitchen and bake some cookies. All you have to do is knock on the door. All you have to do, take an orange and an apple and tie a bow around it, like we used to do back in the days. And don't be broke and don't be lost after Christmas is gone. But giving from the heart costs so much without getting in debt. Giving from the heart gives us so much hope, so much faith, so much, and so many blessings. So this season, you all, this is for me, just to remind people, give cheerfully from the heart. Give cheerfully. Take the time. Be patient. Don't get in debt. But give. But give. Think about the sick and the shut in. It don't cost anything. It don't cost a dime to give what God has already blessed us all with. But we all just don't use it. That's why I can't stand when people say, how you be so blessed? How you so this, you so talented, you are too. Find out what. out what your Father God has blessed you with. Because see, he don't love me no harder than he loves you. It's what you have that you may be overlooking, that you may doubt yourself. But God don't want you to doubt yourself. Because see, when you doubt yourself, you doubt him. God wants you to have faith. He wants you to go inside of you and bring out how uniquely made he has made you. We're all uniquely made in our own different way. We're all special in some type of way. We just have to find what it is that God has blessed us with. And some of us already know and don't want to step out with it because some of us get so caught up into what others may think of us. When we show ourselves different, when we show ourselves trying to be better, people are afraid to step out on the word of God. They are so afraid to step out on what they know is right from wrong because they are so mixed up in what people think of them. They are so mixed up and scared of to be called, you want to be different. Hell yeah, I want to be different, especially when it's better, a better difference. Call me what you want. But call me blessed and highly favored when I find out I'm different and I'm good at it and I'm getting blessings from being different. I'm going to continue to be different. And that's what we need to keep teaching our kids and our grandkids. It's okay to be different. But make sure it's a good difference that's making a difference. And don't worry about what people say about your difference. Because your difference is your blessing. That's your blessing. You are uniquely made, and you should be thanking God for the way he made you. You should be thankful, and you have so much to offer people just from giving from the kindness of your heart, just by being patient, just by being who you are. Go out there and don't let nobody bag you down from being who you are. When God has blessed you to be anything that you want to be. But you got so many hidden talents just straight from the heart. But just don't be afraid to be uniquely different. And go out there and bless the sick and the shut in. Say blessings, say prayers. Do whatever you can do. And it don't even cost you nothing. To be blessed even more when you bless others. Praise God for what all he have done for you. And you can look around your house and see some things that have not even been opened from gifts that you probably got from somebody else years ago. That somebody can use it right now. And a crock pot. You know how many crock pots we get? Especially back in the days. You have 3 and 4 crock pots. Some still in the box. Pull that crock pot out and give it to somebody this Christmas. You don't have to buy a whole lot of things because see, God already be blessing people plentiful. He be blessing us so plentiful with things we have right up under us and we don't even touch it. And others be needing it. And that's how you are blessed. Remember, the things that we look at as being we have too many, somebody somewhere is praying for one of those things right now. That pack of towels we just bought because of them. Bless somebody with that pack of towels. And then when you run out of gifts that you don't have to go out and buy, and you truly don't have that money, that credit, whatever. Bless people with that patience, that kindness, that love, that telephone call. Ring that doorbell. Take them a pie. Most of us bake more than one potato pie. Take them a pie. See, we got to look at the little simple things in life that we think that don't matter, but matter the most to people, especially when they are sick and they're shut in, when they are less fortunate. And that's what my life was all about tonight, you all. Just blessing others so that we can be blessed even more. So just give cheerfully, a little time, a little effort. Look around. Search your heart. And look at who you are. And thank God for being uniquely made. And yes, we all have something to offer the sick in and shut in. And it's just called time, patience, love, and care. The most beautiful gifts that you can give anybody. Put a bow on yourself. Remember I said put a bow on yourself. Wrap yourself up and give all you have. And when you do that, and when you start practicing that, and not saying that you're not, I'm speaking in general. When you start doing things from the heart, when you start trying to change and don't worry about what people have to say with your change, when you start trying to do right and be better, you are living for God and you're trying to do better for yourself. Save yourself. Forget about others that don't and not ready for the change. But don't be afraid to be that testimony of how good God is and has been to you. Stop blocking your blessings by worrying about what others going to say when you are trying to be the change. That's why I say it over and over again. And I mean it from the depths of my heart. I don't care about no numbers. I love the messages that I bring. Because see, I told you all, like with my auntie braiding her hair this morning, when I can know that today I did something good, it was from the heart, I know I have been completed, I know God is pleased with me. And it may not mean nothing to nobody else, but it makes me and helps me sleep even better tonight. Because I can go to sleep in peace, knowing I made somebody happy, knowing that I'm trying to do better. I'm working on me. I'm working on a better me. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'll pray for you. But it's going to only take people for themselves to want to be different. And don't worry about nobody. Who was that? Hey, beautiful you. How are you? I came on your page, I think today. And I think it was your decorations. Yeah, your decorations, I believe. I love your decorations. But yes, you all, just remember that when I do come live and when I talk, I may use that you, yours, but don't forget what I always say. I am included in everything that I speak. Because when I'm speaking to people, I listen to myself. It's wrong with listening to yourself. When you know that you're doing what needs to be done. That you're not afraid to be the change. That you're not afraid to be different. That you know that you can do better. And that you work on being a better you. And being a better you is not trying to save everybody around you, because some people just don't want to be saved. I'm sorry to tell you. I mean, the people that ain't worried about trying to be saved, they ain't worried about trying to do right. You would probably think that you have more people around you like that, but you have more evil around you than you do good. And that's why you have to stay prayed up, because we have so many evil people, evil-minded people, evil-hearted people that portray to be something that they're not. We have so many wolves walking around in sheep clothing. We have so many people that would trick you into the devil's den. We have so many people that you have to be careful of, that sleeps in the same house, that sleeps next door, that sleeps, you see what I'm saying? That's why you have to try to stay prayed up. That's why you have to just be to the left when you see things going on. That's why you just have to move in silence. Pray in silence. Be of God. Because we do have a lot of false prophecies also. We have so many false people that you will follow them straight to hell. Know what you know and study what's right. Pray for what's right. And ask God to lead you and follow him. You don't have to be perfect. Just develop that personal relationship with God and grow. We develop a personal relationship with the devil and grow. I mean, come on, let's be real. I done seen people where they was not evil or thinking evil or doing evil, and they end up in evil. That's because they allow themselves to develop a relationship with evilness. So the mind allowed them. It's all about keeping your focus on God, being authentic, standing in your truth, and taking accountability for ourselves without any outside distractions. That's right. And beautiful. Let me hold on. Beloved for you. Beloved for you. Yeah. That's why I was saying. You know, people worry about what people say. They are so easy to get distracted in what's wrong. They are so easy to be taken away with what's wrong, to gather with what's wrong, to be of evil. They worry about what people would say more for them if they was to try to stand for what was right and do better and try to be better in life and get closer to God, build that personal relationship with God. They would be okay if they didn't think about all the distractions. But what people get caught up at, they want to belong. And the thing is, a lot of grown people can't tell kids about wanting to belong. Because see, a lot of grown people get caught up and want to belong. And they want to belong with the majority. No matter and regardless of the distractions, they want to belong. I don't know why we have so many adults that want to belong till they can't teach the kids what's right from wrong and where to belong and not belong. And the distractions, when you try to teach children what they need to be taught, and we try to do and live by example, then the distraction's going to leave. The distraction's not going to linger around. The distractions only hang on to where they are allowed to stay and linger around. But see, when you are focused, like you said, and you're standing in your authentic truth, and you're focused on God, you're not going to even make room or make distractions a work of evil. They're not going to even feel pleasant. They're not going to even feel welcome. And when they come and try to distract you, you got to just be and go harder on what you stand in, your truth and your belief. The distraction, they're going to flee. Because I never seen where a good-hearted person wanted to go and dwell in dark, evil places and stay there and feel welcome and feel good and want to be there and want to return and return and return. But I see evil that will join with evil, and evil just know how to attract evil, just like good attracts good. They say the opposite attracts. Yeah, if you allow it, because see, God give us all what we need when it comes to distractions. But see, some of us fall short. We get distracted and we start liking things. We start taking to things and then before you know it, you wake up and you're a part of it. And people just don't want to be called out to be different. They want to belong, and they want to go where the majority are. And they want to pick on the few that's trying to stand and be unique. They're trying to be authentic. They're trying to stand in their truth. But people will grab at you. And that's why they say whenever you try to get closer with God, you got to start really, really tuckling up, armoring up. Because they finna get ready to charge you. But you just can't sit in that same room. If you know you're still weak and you know that distraction going to disturb your peace and what you're trying to do in that relationship, you're trying to deal with God and trying to stay focused on God, and you're trying to stand in your truth and take accountability. If you know you're still weak, but you know where you want what you want, and you know where you're headed in life, and you know that you deserve better and that you want to be better and different in a unique, beautiful way with God, then you don't just sit there. The distractions come, you make the distractions feel very, very, very uncomfortable. And they'll know that they don't have no place in your house. And they won't stay. They will try. They will try. But you got to be rooted in what you believe in. Because you bend, they're going to break you. And when you feel like you're not strong enough, it's best not to hang in the same place. And that's where we all mess up. We see what can bend us and break us and bring us out of our truth. But we allow ourselves to go in those places that we know that's all that dwell there is evilness. Just being evil. But being of God, you'll have very few that will stay and stand with you. But you will be tested. You will be so tested. You will start being called fake and everything else, because the evil in people do not want nobody else to want to break away from them and become a part of standing in their truth. And that's why the truth always catches hell, because the devil has so many people out here that's willing to be a part of anything, regardless to whatever. The love of money, temptation, all kind of things will break the weak. That's why they say you got to stay in the word. You got to stay strong. And you got to get out of those dark, cold places. You got to remove yourself if you're trying to do what's right. Be talked about. But be talked about in a great way. Let people hear about you. But they ain't got to hear all the bad things that the evil people do to keep the ones that trying to be in their truth bend them. It takes more people to bend. It takes only. Let's see how to put this in a den of evilness. One person of good can go in there and be broken. If they're not strong enough, they're not going to be able to hang. But if they hang long enough, they will bend, and that evilness will also start grooming on them. And they would, before they know it, be likewise. They'll be like-minded. But if you bring one evil person in the room with a lot of good-hearted people that's trying to stand in their truth and be of God, that evil gonna break dance up out of there. And then, if anything, if they do try to break you, they're going to go and tell people about your trying to be fake, about you trying to do this, trying to do that. But they're not going to be able to stand up in there, because even they don't like nothing good. They don't like nothing clean. And you put them in a room, they're going to feel outnumbered, baby. They running. They might come back, but they only coming back because they going to gather more people like them to try to come break you. And that's when you know that you have the attention of the wrong kind of people. So you got to get strong. You got to stay strong. You got to stand in your truth. You got to be authentic, like you say. You got to stay focused on God. You got to pray harder and deeper. And you're going to have to call most saints like you. Because, see, we got so much evil out here fighting against what's right. Just because they want to belong, just because they want more money, just because they're being tempted, just because it's so many reasons a person can find to be evil and not try to do better. But back to the message on my topic tonight, the sick and the shut-in. We can give so much without purchasing anything out of a store, without getting in debt this Christmas, by checking in on our sick and shut-in, giving them the gift of love, care, patience, kindness, you know, just a phone call, ring the doorbell, drop in. The little things that you think that don't matter so much to some. The things that we cherish this Christmas that we have, so many didn't have, so many had it this last Christmas and don't have it this Christmas. People lose so much, and it don't even take a year. Sometimes less than a day, you can have it and it's all gone. So let's cherish. Let's thank God for what we have. Let's not forget the sick and shut in, and let's not forget about our sick and shut ins while we are gathering around, while we're having fun, enjoying our friends. The sick and shut ins are a phone call away, and the gifts that we have don't cost nothing. Time, patience, love, kindness, all of those good things make people feel so good. And when you show that you are giving from your heart and you are making a difference in somebody's life, remember, for that moment at least, they forget that they're sick and they forget that they're shut in just by the gifts that you are giving them in that moment. So I hope this live did something or can do something for somebody that may come across it. I just want to say God bless you all. Thank you all for coming through. If you haven't, hit the like button. Share my live if you have a channel. Feel free to come back anytime you see me live. I've always tried to pick topics that makes a difference, and hopefully it will make a difference. This is why you have to use discernment in any relationship. It involves thoughtful and slow approaches to getting to know someone, focusing on shared values, long-term goals, potential conflicts. Amen. Sharon said this was a great live, awesome message. And I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you all. And I know I am going to try rather than quick emotional attachments. And that's where they fall crazy at, beautiful you. Because the quick emotional attachments, rushing over the whole person, the everything, the ins and out, that I done checked you out, I done prayed over you, I see you, I saw this, I see that, but you're going to be better than me. That's in a relationship. You know, somebody get a divorce, like I say, somebody else go marry them, but you know what that person is about. You know the distractions that they cause. You know the heartaches, the headaches. But people somehow, some way think that just because it's them, it's not going to be that way. And they jump quick into emotional attachments that's going to cause them most likely the same thing that they done put somebody else through. But just because we so want to belong, overlook all those, remember my live, the little yellow and red flags? We get them. We get the yellow and red flags. But some way, somehow, somewhere, people think it's not going to be like that with me. And until next time, you all share and say good night, everyone, and bless come again. Happy holidays. God bless you all. And I'm going to end this live like I always do. And that's by saying, let me turn my camera around so y'all can see I'm saying it. Let me see. Come on, turn around. There you go. Let me see. Beautiful you. Say, I am a truth teller. I am no joke. Spiritual realm. I see things before they happen and feel things out. It's my gift God bless me with. To God be the glory. Hallelujah, baby. I promise to God, I know what you're talking about. The same here, baby. I promise you to God. When something on me, if something is about you, something is on me, on my mind, it stay on my mind. God be showing me so much. And people always tell me, you need to just tap into it deeper and deeper. But it always, if my daughter and them come through that door right now, my parent, my mom, my brothers and sisters, I promise you, they always end up telling me, you said that, mama. You said that. In my dreams as well. I can dream it. I can dream it. I can dream it. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel it. When I can't shake it, baby, it's God. Beautiful you, I promise you. I feel you on that. I really do. And I know exactly why you saying to God be the glory. And God bless you too, sis, at this time and always. And I want to say to everybody, God bless you all. And like I said, if you have a channel, share me out. Bless people, with good words, good sayings, good talking, And bless people just by being yourself, by showing who you are, your real you, by being who you are, not being afraid to be, let me see, beautiful you. What you said, babe? I seen something pop up. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Look, I'm going to do what they call it? I'm going to do the Cabbage Patch on that one. Because my auntie, I can call her and put her on speaker right now. What you just said, this is why I am a loner, because I pick up on you need to go into healing so you can get clarity and understanding. And if I call my aunties that was here this morning, that I did her hair, I promise to God, my auntie and we was talking about the same thing this morning. And I told her, and I said, auntie, I see what you mean now. That, you just don't be around a lot of people and blah, blah, this and that. And I said, because the older I got, I said, I like being to myself more. I love, and you get a chance to think, you get a chance, it's just so much better. The older you get, you will learn. My mom even told me that. She said, the older you get, she said, all them friends and this and that, which I never had a whole lot of friends, but I had some friends. I was in a social club, that kind of thing. And my mama said, I don't need no friends. I don't want it. And I was like, Mama, you need some. And we all do. But I feel what you're saying. Because when you by yourself, baby, God come to you. And things come so clear. And when it's something about you, I know it's something about you. I got to feel it. I gotta see what it is. But it's something about you. I used to tell my daughter about that boyfriend. It's something about him. I don't like his demeanor. He can't come back. He can't come back over here. It's something about him. Lord behold, there's something about him. There's the news. Ain't that the same boy I was telling you about? Whew. My children say I scare them sometimes. But hey, I'm so glad that I have discernment. I'm so glad that I can feel when it's something that's not good about you, baby. And I beware. This you say this is what I am about solitude is strength. Yes, people use the word friend. Girl, I'm going to tell you what I used to say about that friend. And then we're going to get out of here, y'all. But beautiful you is talking like right here with me. This is what I used to say about the word friend. And I used to sound so corny when I said it, but I was so real when I said it. Friend is take the F-R-I off of friend and what you have in. And people used to be like laughing at me. You have to be mindful who you let around you and in your home. Sure do, baby. Say that, beautiful you. I promise you, you're going to have to come back. And one day maybe you can come up here and we can talk and get ourselves going on a little, panel about these little topics and things. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm not trying to gain no subscribers, but I want people to help me when they understand my purpose. I want people to help me. You know what I'm saying? Put things out there in people's lives that make a difference, that speaks volume, that speaks wisdom and knowledge, that know what they're talking about. More people need to know that there are people out here that's not ashamed to tell the world how they have been blessed, what they've been through. They're not ashamed to get up there and speak for what's right. You know what I'm saying? It's just so refreshing to be able to talk to people that really understand what's going on and what it's really about. But like again, I used to always say, I know it's monkey, but you take the word friend, F-R-I, take it off of friend, you got what? And I'll be like, ooh, that sounds so corny. But most friends be the end so much. The end of that word is end. Because you got to get to know people and stop being so eager to be with people, amongst people, and start walking. And that's what I'm saying. You know, like, I was working one time at the daycare, and one of my staff person, she was like, you know what? I said, well, she said, my granddaughter keep getting in trouble. I said, what's going on with her? You know, she said, because she trying to be like her friend and she coming in out. I'm going to tell you, people don't believe it is, but them spirits can get on them kids, and they can bring them spirits in your house. They can get on them kids and try to make them kids act out and be a whole different person, them kids. And when they can't get to you, they'll get to your kids and your grandkids. So that's all that's going on. I was like, Denise is crazy. See, that's when I was like not thinking, not reading, not spending all this time trying. You see what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? She's telling the truth. You got to be careful who and what you let in your house, and how evil gets into your home, and how the trick of the devil gets into your loved ones, your people, and how people can come in your house and really dirty your house up with your mind and your heart. You have to really be careful what kind of energy and spirits and things that you let in your circle, in your home, in your presence. You really do. But we'll pick up that one day too. And a lot of people used to always say it. They always burning candles, you know, be talking about different people. And they be like, she must believe in that stuff. And my sister-in-law used to say, no, I don't believe in that stuff. I'm burning these candles to keep the evilness out of here. All them evil spirits. 1 minute, y'all. Then I'm going to leave. Okay, y'all. Sorry about that. But I'm going to end this live because we can go on and on and on. I know it's been like an hour and a half, but I'm going to try to come back on. I know again, several times before Christmas. And I just want everybody to be safe, be mindful, stay in peace, stay in grace, stay in God. And spread all that you can give because it all will come back. You know, it's really the good things that you have that God has, that your gifts, your talents, your love, and support one another. Check in on the sick and shut in. Be mindful of them this holiday season. And I want to just say I thank you all for joining my live as usual. And I'm going to end this live like I always do. Sharon, thank you so much for being a moderator. I appreciate you all, caller. Thank you all for coming always, no matter what. And when I have only 1, 2, or 3 people in the chat, I feel like I have 1,003. So All you need to do is bless the corners of your home. Let me see. It went away. Second, baby. Let me see what you said right quick. You said all you need to do is bless the corners of your rooms in your house with salt as you say the Lord's Prayer. And my aunt used to also give us the blessed oil, and we walk around and we rub all the doorknobs with blessed oil and say our, the Lord's Prayer as well. And you say the 91st Psalms, and we used to say the 23rd Psalm and walk around, especially when our relatives move into a new home, and we rub all the doorknobs through the house, the inside and out knob with blessed oil, and do the same thing as well. And you can sleep in peace. And yeah. Beautiful you. I appreciate you really coming in on my live tonight, interacting with the chat. You really helped me, get through this live. And I appreciate your activity. Sharon, I appreciate you as usual. You and Carla, Tilo, and anyone else. You have to continue. Got you. I'll be watching yours and dropping your comments in your chat too. I can't hardly catch you go live though, but I'm gonna go and see if I have my notifications set up, okay? And I appreciate you once again. Thank you all for joining me. I'm gonna come back a couple of times before Christmas. I'm gonna try my best to. Thank you all for watching my shorts. Thank you all for watching those lives. I'm getting more watch hours. I'm getting more views on my lives. But I started to get on here and break dance the other day because all my lives are just about hitting 100 and more. And to me, you all, it may sound simple, may not sound like much, but when you're a small channel and you have different type of content, when you used to have like maybe 16 views and 20 views and 30 views, and now I'm getting 100 views on most of my lives and up. I even reached 300 and 400 and 500 views on some lives. So those are blessings. Those are signs to keep going, to keep staying and paying attention. Stay focused. Don't get off track, because who needs it will come and get it. Who needs it will find me. And I will land in the hands, in the eyes of people that are looking for content that I have to offer. I am growing. I see it. I feel it. I believe it. And I trust it. And I just want you all to continue to trust in me. Continue to me. I appreciate you all. I'm going to end this live like I always do by saying, I love you, you, and you. And don't even know you. But because God is love, I can love you all. And that's why I love you all. Until next time, thank you all for joining Dazz Gemz. I see what you're saying. You never care about the views. I just be wanting to get out there in the algorithm, whatever they call it, And I've been, because I could be strolling now, looking at things on YouTube, and I'll be like, ooh, I scare myself. I'll be like, oh, that's me. So whatever is working, because I want the words that I speak and what I believe in and what I'm trying to do, I want it to reach. I want it to just go out there and touch who may need it, and I just feel like the more people view it, the more people will be blessed, because my heart and my mind is in the right place, and I want to be a blessing to somebody that just may need something that I speak on. Until next time, you all, Dazz Spez Gemz is out of here. Turn on those notifications. God bless you all. Thank you all for joining. Good night.